Good win. That's a good football team we just played. A lot better than what the score indicated. But it's just like I told our guys in the locker room there. We practiced Tuesday, and that might have been the most physical practice we've had in probably 3 or 4 years. And when you go and prepare and do things right and play the right way, we had the one turnover on offense. Everything they got, we gave to them. You got a chance to be pretty good, and our kids prepared really, really well this week. They knew that was a good football team coming in here. We'd watch them play a lot of good football teams and play well, and had a lot of turnovers. They'd gotten a bunch of turnovers defensively, and I thought our offensive staff did a great job, with Sam being out and some guys being out, of coming up with a game plan we could be good at. Defensively, we gave up 3 points. We can play defense. When we're locked in and eyes are in the right spot, we can play defense and go. So, just good win. Really proud of them players and coaches. I thought it was, Wednesday probably wasn't one of our better practices, but I thought Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday were really good for us, and it showed up out there today. So, questions?
Your depth really got a chance to shine today, obviously, just with the injuries, but then obviously the score. How important is that going to be to kind of get some more snaps for those guys?
Yeah, it's just that time of year. You got to find guys that can play, and we talk about it all the time, and it's happened the last couple of weeks. That you got to prepare yourself like you're going to play 70 snaps. And I think our kids they see that happen to another guy in another spot, and they've bought into trying to prepare as good as they can to go play. But yeah, we got to play guys. We'd only played like 26 plays in the first half defensively, so it's really hard to go play guys, when it's like that. So I think we're doing a good job of trying to get people in spots and use them the best we can.
Was the focus at halftime just stop getting in your own way? Because that seemed like the biggest thing, dominating the first half.
That's always our focus. If we can get out of our own way a lot, we're usually pretty good. So, and that's the thing we talk about all the time is you have to make people go beat you. You can't beat yourself, and even as I was a little nervous at halftime just because we played so well, even both sides of the ball. Even though we had the one turnover on offense, we played so well, but we were up 10-5, and I challenged them in the locker room at halftime for us to come out and play the best third quarter we've played all year, and it was. They took that challenge and it showed. I don't know how many we scored in the third quarter, but we did what we were supposed to do. We kicked off, we stopped them. The offense got it. Things just kept happening, and it's what you're supposed to do. It's what good teams find a way to go do. Bless you.
Thank you. Russ, you talk a lot about doing what you're supposed to do. Is that kind of like the mantra of the offense? Because it's never looks like you'll never be like number one in the country in total offense and all that. But you look up and Chase has an efficient day. Your rushing attack has its moments. Is it just kind of like we don't have to do anything special, just basically just do your job?
Well, I think too many times in this day and age in college football, it's about coaches. Coaches, I run this system. I do this offensively. And end of the day, you got to do what your kids can do, and you got to put them in position to go win. And every game we play is different. Every Saturday we play is different, so it's a different game plan of what we got to do. Sometimes we get into it, and Coach Pizzo knows he's got to go score 40. Sometimes we get into it like today. We're playing really good on defense. The worst thing you can do is take shots and turn it over. But guys get hurt. You have to change what you're doing. Different people in different spots and those kind of things. So I got 2 really good coordinators that are really, really smart, that have seen a lot of football, and they're not arrogant enough or stupid enough to not put our kids in position to go win and give them an opportunity to go win. And that's, thank God I got them, okay?
Are you surprised since playing FCS schools, the defense is only giving up 6 points a game?
No. We haven't. We got good players over there. That's the thing. We can do good things over there. And we talk about it all the time. But no, it doesn't really surprise me. We're capable of doing those things. Those guys work hard, work really hard on defense, and those coaches do a really good job of putting them in the best position to be successful. And we have that opportunity.
Chase, the spin move, how long have you been practicing that?
So never. I did not know I was going to do it until probably after I did it, actually. I didn't really know exactly what happened. You know, I kind of saw the guy there, and I figured maybe if I do a weird move, it might work. So I think it's kind of like a quasi-spin move. I don't know if I'd really call it a spin, but I know everybody else got really excited for it. So, I mean, it worked, I guess. I mean, maybe I'll have to put that into my bag a little bit for the future. We'll see.
What was the funner move? Was it your spin move or the Jay Gibson touchdown celebration?
Yeah, I like the Jay Gibson touchdown celebration because he did it twice. You know, he did it for that one. He was trying to get me to do it for the spin move, and I was like, I can't, guys. We gotta go, man. We're only up by, I think it was 3 scores at that time, possibly. So it's still a game. But yeah, I mean, it's really fun, especially when all the other guys are having fun. I think that really got everybody kind of involved, and I think after that it was pretty smooth sailing.
The depth of today. Obviously, you enter the game without Sam.
Yeah.
During the game, I mean, Lance, who was running the ball well, he gets banged up. I mean, to be able to show that, how important is all these other guys getting these additional reps going to be as you get to the latter part of the season? Yeah,
I mean, it's difficult losing a guy like Lance or losing a guy like Sam. You know, I mean, those are guys that we really depend on, but it's also very, it makes us very happy and a little more secure knowing that other guys can step up. We had Josh Williams come. I think he got his first career catch today, so that was awesome to see. We have Journey, who's another true freshman, coming in and running the ball. And I think just the biggest thing is that you really don't see a fall in production or anything. I'd love to have Lance and Sam back. Obviously, those are my guys, and I'll keep saying that. But it is also very telling of how these guys are coached and how the culture in the program is in itself that we're able to step up when called upon.
How's it felt the last few weeks knowing if a drive stalls, you go 3 and out, that essentially your defense is just getting the ball right back for you and saying, here you go?
Yeah, no, it's very it's a very nice gift to have a defense like that. You know, I think that as you kind of see this season going on, I think that we're starting to get a little better the more we go against our defense too. But I mean, I can't say enough about those guys. They do a really good job preparing every single week. They have a lot of intensity, and we got a lot of really good leaders on that defense that can help bring the extra juice to this team. I'm not the most outspoken guy, so it really helps to have a guy like Quay or a guy like Reuben who are willing to just yell at the team and get after the guys like that. So it's really cool to have those guys.
It hadn't really been an issue yet, but like the starts that y'all had in some of these games, I mean, to where you're looking up as 10-5. You have the Mercer game, which obviously kind of cost you a little bit. How do you all kind of have, avoid the moment where you come out lethargic that can maybe affect you down the road? Yeah,
it's difficult. And I think sometimes it has to do with us, and other times just how the game's going. And you're not going to score 20 points in the first quarter every time or in the first half. But, we had a 10-5 game at half, and nobody was really super excited about having that game, right? You want to get more points. So I think that the biggest thing was just the halftime, the poise that we showed in that halftime. I know you guys aren't in there, but, I don't think anybody was really faltering or panicking or anything like that. It was kind of like, we got this, let's go, let's keep going. Defense came out, made some plays, and we were able to be opportunistic on those plays. And I think we were able to put up, I don't know how many points we put up in the third quarter, but it was like 17 or something, I think, or maybe 14. But it was a good third quarter to kind of get us going, and then in the fourth quarter we kind of shut them out. So we kind of ended the game, I guess.
With everything coming up this next week, distractions galore on campus, how are you helping keep the team focused in the VMI?
Yeah, I mean, I think just not being too pleased. I think there's a lot of stuff we could fix from this game too. I'm already thinking about certain plays in my head that I just want to watch on film to kind of understand what happened and how we could fix it in practice. I'm not super satisfied by some of our performance in sub-time, and I know practice can be a little intolerable for those guys when I'm out there making some, just kind of getting them going or getting on them a little bit. I can definitely get on them a little bit negatively during practice. So I don't think that's going to be a problem. I don't think Coach Wright's going to let us be too satisfied with anything, and I think that we're definitely very hungry, and we have some awards and some things in sight that we want to win. So I think that'll definitely keep fueling us.
I think you've had 3 picks in your career, 2 pick sixes. What's it feel like to kind of get your percentage back up to 67% of the time that you get interception you score?
That's funny, man. It's always fun to get a pick 6 because it's really cool to change the game, have the defense score. It brings momentum to our defense and brings momentum to our whole game. And to play a good team like that, it's really hard to get turnovers, really hard to get takeaways. To get one, it's really good and it's really sound. So I'm glad we get one, and our team was hyped. It's a lot of fun. 67%.
Today was a good day for the old heads. Jay Gibson gets a touchdown. Reuben Lowery gets a touchdown. I mean, kind of showing these young guys, but not all jokes aside, the depth of this team to that point.
Mm-hmm.
Because, as you know, this is a long season. To be able to kind of showcase the depth of this team with some of those guys making plays in the second half, Jamar Jones with the pick. How big is that going to be going forward?
It's huge because like it's a team game, first off, and second off, you could just see like the culture passing down, and like we try to build a culture here on no matter the side of the ball, defense, offense, special teams, and the guys who are even on the sidelines cheering for us. And it's a culture like the next guy up, and always be accountable for, you know, your role might change, and just know that your time might come. So it's good to, you know, have guys ready to go, and like not, you know, be pounding on the sidelines, but actually cheering on their teammates and being in a game like that. It's awesome to see. It's awesome to see the culture that Coach Wright has implanted and like we bought into. So I'm glad we can keep doing that. Hopefully we can keep boosting that and having guys around us, you know, have that depth around us to make plays and to go deeper.
Despite playing so well in the first half, you're only up 10-5. How was it during that halftime to come out and have the third quarter be the best third quarter?
It was great, yeah. Like at halftime, you know, again, going against a really good team, you know, it's a dogfight. Especially every game we play is going to be a dogfight. It's going to be hard, and we know that. That's what our coach brings to us. So we know that next quarter is very important, especially that third quarter, because it shifts tides so much. And to have everybody, you know, not just defense, offense, special teams, be sound and understand their job and continue to do their job, even though maybe we're not having success in the area, but continue to do our job. It's really good, and I'm glad that like our teammates and like are trusting each other and trust each other to be accountable with one another, and to really just give it our all out there and like let our coaches deal with the result, and we can just go play.
I asked Chase this earlier, but just, you know, the confidence he's got to have knowing if the offense goes 3 and out, drive stalls, whatnot, y'all are essentially just getting the ball back in 3 plays, handing it right to them, and at the same time only giving up, you know, 6 to 8 points a game the last 5 games.
Yeah, it's great. Like when you just complimentary football in general, just, you know, knowing that like we have an offense that's capable of putting up so many points and just capable of just doing the right thing. You know, like they're gonna continue to, you know, do their job each and every single play, and we trust that even when it's not going, you know, successfully on the scoreboard, we know they're doing the right thing. We know they're in the right spots and they're playing hard, and we know we're gonna push through. So just having that mentality as a defense, it's easy to go out and play hard for them and play and continue to work. And I'm glad that they got success and that they did so many things well, and that you can see that reflected on the scoreboard. But we see it every single day at practice. We see it in the weight room every single day at practice. So we have a lot of trust in those guys, and hopefully they do in us.
You all only had 10 interceptions last year. I think you've got 8 in the last 2 weeks. I mean, just was that an emphasis this offseason to kind of create more opportunities for that offense?
I wouldn't say it was an emphasis. We definitely have guys that, you know, worked on things in the offseason that were related to, you know, catching the ball and stuff. But I think more the emphasis was like knowing our job, like knowing what we have to do in the defense. And that's been really good for us because we are in more spots to get turnovers. But so like we try to plan out, and we watch film throughout the week, and we go to our coaches in the off season to understand like what he wants us to do and where he wants us to be. And it's been really good. And like when doing that, especially the team, especially the group, we understand where everybody else is supposed to be, and it implants confidence in us and trust in us for everybody else to get their job done. So I think that was a big emphasis going into the off season.